Hey guys, what you're about to see is one of the most jaw-dropping wins that America's ever pulled off on the global stage. And of course, it's Donald Trump leading the charge.
Trump went to Scotland and came home today with $1 trillion.
It is the biggest deal ever made, I guess you could say. It's certainly the biggest trade deal ever made. You know, they're buying $750 billion worth of our energy. You know, they're going to invest $600 or $650 billion into the United States, and they're going to invest probably $300 billion for the military, maybe $400 billion in military equipment separately.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a massive deal for everybody.
Europe's our biggest trading partner, and Trump just opened up the whole continent to American companies, protected our steel industries, and made them buy over $1 trillion of our stuff. Then he capped it off with some golf.
Please welcome onto the tee the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
Donald Trump cut the ribbon on his brand new golf course in Aberdeen, but something happened on 18.
You were playing golf, weren't you, on this beautiful golf course in Western Scotland? And what happened at the 18th hole?
Well, I'm looking down the 18th hole, and I'm looking down, and in the distance, and it's a pretty far distance, but it doesn't matter. These things are massive, and you're looking at these ugly windmills. It's a con job saying the environmentalists want it, because I can't believe they really want it. Kills the birds, ruins the look. They're noisy. If you see them from your house is worth like 50% or more less.
He was crushing drives and Europeans all weekend, and even had time to go take a spin in Golf Force One. It's a new Secret Service golf cart, and Primetime is trying to find out what's in it. The nuclear football, snipers, armored caddies, we'll let you know. After 4 years of Biden, Democrats can't believe how much Trump's coming back with. Chuck says the deal is too good to be true.
Trump would have you believe it's the biggest deal ever. That's his words. Dangling $250 billion of new energy purchases and more in new investments. There's just one hiccup. It's fake.
Schumer's a trade deal denier. Even the Europeans admitted they got smoked.
What are the U.S. concessions? What is the U.S. giving up in the deal, if anything?
So the starting point was an imbalance, a surplus on our side and a deficit on the U.S. side. And we wanted to rebalance the trade relation. I think we hit exactly the point we wanted to find.
Europe just admitted the U.S. didn't concede a single thing. We gave up nothing and got everything. And now Brussels is beating itself up over how lopsided this deal was. They say there's no hiding the fact that the EU was rolled over by the Trump juggernaut. Trump worked out exactly where our pain threshold is. Hungary says Trump ate Ursula for breakfast. We suspected this would happen as the U.S. president's a heavyweight when it comes to negotiations, while Madam President is a featherweight. Hillary, Mamala, and now Ursula. He's 3-0 against women. Belgium says it's scandalous how badly Europe negotiated this deal, and the French call it an outright surrender. And France would know. MSNBC actually was annoyed that Europe didn't win.
It's a moment when the EU could have played with him a little bit, you know, cat and mouse a little bit. They had more leverage than, you know, giving in this quickly and easily, I think.
Remember how they said Trump was a taco president, a.k.a. Trump always chickens out? Well, the world chickened out. Europe called him daddy, and daddy just gave him a spanking. And now they're worried about daddy's mood swings.
Why you're in a bad mood? Was it a bad morning of golf, or why you're not in a good mood?
No, the golf was beautiful. Golf can never be bad, even if you play badly. It's still good. If you had a bad day on the golf course, it's okay. It's better than other days.
Trump was supposed to be Europe's guest, but he's acting more like the host. He's in Scotland, but he welcomed the British Prime Minister into his castle in Aberdeen. And then he called London a dump.
I'm not a fan of your mayor.
Why not?
I think he's done a terrible job, the mayor of London, but a nasty person. I think he's done it. I think he's a friend of mine, right? No, I think he's done a terrible job.
Trump felt right at home because he is. He has a special connection to the Scots.
You're back in your ancestral home, really, your mother's home. She was a MacLeod from not far from here. How do you feel of that? Do you feel sort of Scottish?
It makes me feel good. My mother was born in Scotland. She loves Scotland. She was a big fan of the Queen, I have to tell you. And anytime the Queen was on television, my mother liked watching. She said, "Oh, the Queen's on."
All right, guys, we'll get right back to the clip. But real quick, if you are fired up to see Donald Trump bulldoze through Europe like a wrecking ball, do me a favor, guys, hit that thumbs up like button right now. It helps this channel reach more patriots just like you and fight back against big tech suppression. Let's be very clear, guys. Trump just got $750 billion from Europe to buy our energy. He made them invest hundreds of billions into our military and economy. And what did we give up? Nothing. They surrendered. Their own leaders are saying it. Brussels is embarrassed. France is furious. Schumer, he's in denial like it's 2016 again. All right, guys, let's keep it going. Trump's not done yet. Best part's coming. Let's roll it.
Europe's making sure the president feels right at home, too. Macron has been calling Trump on his personal cell. And when Trump picks up, he says, "Donald." And Trump says, "Emmanuel." It's on speaker, and everybody in the room says it's just two dudes broing out. Trump has Europe on the ropes. He's getting them to pay more for defense and opening their markets. No president has ever done it. And while he's at it, he's marrying trade deals and peace deals. 47 announcing he got a ceasefire deal between Cambodia and Thailand. How? Tariffs.
I said to Thailand, we're doing a trading deal, and I'm not going to do a deal if you're going to be killing each other. And I spoke to Cambodia, said essentially the same thing. I dealt with the two prime ministers. They were terrific people, and they don't want to see a war, but somebody had to implement what I did. And we started a series of discussions back and forth, and within less than a day, we have it settled.
This is the fifth ceasefire and sixth trade deal that Trump's brokered. Deals that were supposed to bankrupt us, according to the Panicans.
This is not Liberation Day, it's Recession Day.
Tariffs that, as I predicted, are clearly inviting a recession.
No one wins a trade war. That's just, we know that.
The Chinese are in a much stronger position.
We're increasing inflation because the prices are higher because of the tariffs.
They screwed it up, and they did it a totally ill-advised way. And I was very let down as someone who really, truly believes that free trade is awful for the American working person. This is what they came up with. Geez, come on, have some gumption, have some math.
They said no one ever wins a trade war. Well, we just did. And Jim Cramer, CNBC's Panicking-in-Chief, is dropping F-bombs because the economy is so strong.
Our biggest problem is we have so much growth that the Fed won't cut.
What the Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I take it right back.
Everybody,
I take it right
okay.
back. Honest to God, the economy's fabulous.
Okay, guys, we're going to finish this in just 1 second, guys, but before we get there, make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. This channel is all in on exposing the lies, showing you the real wins, giving a voice to common sense, God-fearing, American-first conservatives, guys. Now, let's get back to the clip, guys. Trump's about to tee off on Europe, literally and politically. Watch this.
And it's not just CNBC. MSNBC and CNN are admitting they were wrong again.
The early reviews are in on the new trade deal announced with the European Union. The Financial Times says the deal marks a victory for Trump.
It's incredibly favorable for the United States. When you look at this, it's been very one-sided.
Clearly, there has been an instance where the president has been using his threats of higher tariffs as a negotiating tactic, and in this case, it certainly worked.
Even Clinton guys are confessing Trump's winning. His top pollster says it's clear that the president is succeeding in reshaping of the global economy. The Wall Street Journal says if Trump's tariffs are so bad, where's the recession? Quote, Donald Trump's trade policy is in danger of demonstrating the truth about one of those old definitions of an economist, someone who sees something working in practice and explains why it will never work in theory. The recession never happened, inflation never spiked, and most companies are just eating the tariff and not passing price hikes to consumers. At least some people on TV are being honest and admitting when they were wrong.
The stock market is at record highs. I know not everybody lives by the stock market, but I also drive around. I don't see a country in a depression at all. I see people out there just living their lives. And I would have thought, and I got to own it, that these tariffs were going to sink this economy by this time, and they didn't.
When Bill Maher, CNBC, and the Europeans admit Trump won, he won. But it's America who won. We won. And now we know who was rooting against us. They keep betting against the U.S. and losing. Even Chris Matthews is getting a thrill up his leg again.
He's very good at knowing your condition, your worries, your insecurities. I mean, he'd be a great bully on a grade school, Catholic high school or grade school. I mean, he'd be the scariest bully because he'd know everybody's weakness. Biden couldn't do that in a million years, not in a million years. To be honest with you, the country is moving towards Trump. He is a stronger public figure than the Democratic people. I mean, Obama still has tremendous charisma, but Trump has strength. And I think that's what all voters look for. But they want a president who is a strong figure.
Trump knows how weak the Europeans are, and he squeezed $1 trillion out of them. Trump's imposing his will on the world and making other countries invest here after decades of American companies investing over there.
Guys, we're going to wrap up the clip in just a minute. The powerful segment. But you've seen Trump crush trade deals, call out the globalists, even broker peace while Europe fumbles to keep up. Before I roll this final part, do me a favor, guys. Drop a comment down below and tell me, did Trump just save the American economy again? And do you think that Biden could have handled any of this? Guys, I read every comment. I want to hear from you. All right, here comes the last piece, guys. This is the moment that even MSNBC couldn't spin. Check it out.
Obama said this was impossible, that you couldn't just wave a magic wand. Trump didn't wave a wand. He waved a 6-iron. And Americans love to see that kind of magic on the course, especially when it means more money in their bank accounts. And poof, tariff stimmy checks. There's already a new bill in the Senate that would take tariff revenue and give millions of Americans a big, beautiful $600 rebate. Trump didn't come here to lay up. He's going for it and wants to win big prizes and share the wealth. Trump's putting together record-breaking trade deals and handing out tariff stimmies. How did Democrats beat that? They can't. They're breaking the wrong kind of records.
Net favorable ratings. Whoa. Woof. On their net favorable rating, they were 26 points underwater. You think that's low enough? How about we go even lower? We'll go to this side of the screen. I'm going to walk over here. We go to the Wall Street Journal. Minus 30 points. 30 points underwater. The Democratic Party is breaking records in the way, Jessica Dean, you don't want to break records.
Trump has tariff stimmy, so what do Democrats have? Well, Tampon went pheasant hunting to win votes. That didn't work. Mayor Pete grew a beard. Didn't work either. So now they're hitting the gym.
We could be at Washington, D.C., lowering your health care costs, lowering your grocery costs, and restoring your rights. I should be working right now. Instead, I'm pumping iron at the gym.
Men don't record themselves at the gym. Women do. Democrats are like thirsty thespians fishing for likes. The face of the party, Jazzy Jellyfish, not to be confused with Davy Crockett, says she deserves to be in charge because she has the most followers of anybody in her caucus. It's not how things work around here, Jellyfish. Just being anti the other guy won't work either. Trump won over half the country just by being himself.
You cannot out-Trump Donald Trump. It will not work. It's why the Democratic Party has its lowest numbers nationwide that it's ever had. More people resent them, oppose them, refuse to vote for them than ever before. These voters look to them and say, why are you talking about transgender? Why are you bringing up the social issues that aren't part of our lives? Why aren't you focusing on us?
There's only one king of the castle, and the Panicans and the Democrats are getting thrown in the moat.
All right, guys, let's take a moment to just really step back and appreciate what we just witnessed there. Donald Trump, while playing a round of golf in Scotland, just brokered the biggest trade deal in American history. Over $1 trillion in value. Europe is buying our energy. They're investing in our military. They're flooding money into our economy, all while Trump gave up absolutely nothing. They call his strategy reckless. They mocked the tariffs. They said it would crash the economy. Guess what? No recession. Inflation didn't spike. The stock market is booming. Companies are absorbing the tariffs, not passing costs on to us. And now, some of those same media pundits, they're finally admitting it. The Financial Times, CNBC, even Bill Maher. They're eating crow right now, guys. Folks, this isn't just a win for Trump. This is a win for every American worker, for every family that's been ignored by the elites, for every patriot who believed that we could lead the world again without bowing to globalists. While the left is recording thirst traps at the gym and fumbling over pronouns, Donald Trump is reshaping the global economy and calling world leaders from his castle. Europe called him daddy, and daddy just gave him a good old-fashioned spanking. Here's what they're really afraid of. I loved that bit, by the way. If this is what Trump can do with a golf club in one hand and a phone in the other, just imagine what he's going to do over the next 3 years while he's in the White House. We're talking about a second term with a mission. A president who doesn't need to win re-election. Just results. The Democrats have no answer. Their strategy is a gym selfie, a beard, or a pronoun. Guys, that's not leadership. What that is it's called meltdown. That's a meltdown. Meanwhile, Trump's handing out tariff rebates, building peace through strength, flipping the global economy upside down. Friends, this is why they hate him. Because he wins. And when he wins, America wins. Guys, if this fires you up like it fires me up, do one of these 3 things right now. Like the video if you're proud to see America lead again. Comment below, guys. Let me know your thoughts. We're building a real community here. And subscribe. Turn on notifications because we're just getting started, guys. All right, I'm Nolan Alders. This is the truth they don't want you to hear. God bless you guys. God bless the United States of America.